Okay, so making a second video. It's a 2005 Chrysler Sebring. It's the sedan, 2.4 liter base model. After running, the Blue Devil in there, it's been pretty much staying operational. You know, sorry about that. It's been pretty much staying operational. Yes, I know my car is junky and filthy. I need to clean it. But, yeah, it's been pretty operational. I had the heat on max. My AC is pretty much gone as well. Everything to do with some type of coolant running through it is pretty much done for some reason in this car. But yeah, like I've let a mechanic fix on this car, and they will no longer be fixing on this car again because when they fixed on this car, they replaced the water pump and the timing belt. Well, when they did this, they also went ahead and replaced the thermostat and the cap. Well, when they put the thermostat in, they put it in backwards. Yes, I know. People who are supposed to know what they're doing put my thermostat in backwards. Then not only that, my car actually uses Dexcool. It does not use the green stuff. It uses Dexcool. They put the green stuff in my car. So now I have the green stuff mixing with the residue of my old coolant, which I also know was a indicator that the car needed a radiator flush, which I know it still needs another flushing. It probably needs another 2 or 3 flushings with flushing chemical. But yeah, as far as this Blue Devil stuff goes, yeah, I would say, if your head gasket isn't completely gone, yeah, try it. You have nothing to lose. Like, there's actually a money back guarantee on it. So, you know, you can try it, see if it works. If it doesn't work, then your problem's worse than you thought it was. I still have a little bit more to do and a little bit further to go. I have about an hour and some change to get back home. So, yeah, obviously this was a little inconvenient that I had to stop, pull over, and do this. But, hey, I'm just, praying that it works. I work on cars myself, you know, from time to time. It's not an everyday thing for me. It's the only time I work on cars is when somebody comes to me with a vehicle they need work done on. That's the only time. I'm more of a word of mouth kind of mechanic. But I look at it like this. It's if you have the budget to do a head gasket, I would recommend doing the head gasket. If you don't have the budget, try the Blue Devil, see if it works. If it doesn't work, then your problem is worse than you thought it was. I did not know what to expect coming into this. I didn't know if it was going to work. I didn't know how bad and how extensively damaged the freaking head gasket was. But the amount of time that I ran it for, had I not put the Blue Devil in there, my overflow tank would have overfilled and it would have overflowed. And it would have also started to boil over. So, with that being said, it did not do that one time. The temperature gauge stayed at the halfway mark. I've had people diagnose this car so many times saying, oh, it's this, it's that. You should check your temperature sensor. You should check your temperature sensor. You should check this. You should check that. It's probably your thermostat. Change the thermostat out like 3 times. 3 times in the last like 6 months, 6, 7 months. Yeah. So yeah, don't always don't always jump to the conclusion that it's this or that it's that just because somebody said it was. You know, do some tests. If you have the equipment, do the test. Do the proper test so you know exactly what your issue is. I don't have the equipment. I don't have the money to get the equipment. So I obviously am going to go with the cheaper route. I always tell my customers anyway to take the cheaper route. Because for one, you never really know if the cheaper route may actually fix your problem if you always jump to the biggest problem. If you're having an overheating cooling system and you automatically just assume it's the head gasket and you go and get the head gasket replaced, okay, cool. You get the head gasket replaced. Well, who's to say your cooling system isn't going to start to overheat again? Because what if it wasn't the head gasket? What if it was the cap that was causing your cooling system to overheat the entire time? But because a mechanic told you, oh, it's the head gasket because he wants to get as much money as he can out of you, now you just spent thousands of dollars getting a head gasket put in when all you literally had to do was pay like $5 to $10 to get a cap. Yeah, you'll be extremely happy. Yeah, you'll have a new freaking head gasket, but guess what? Who's to say by the time you get to figure out it's the cap, the new head gasket won't blow. You see, so don't always expect a mechanic to have your back, basically. When you go to a mechanic, expect them to basically screw you over. And I'm trying to watch my language. So expect them to screw you over. Expect them to basically want to bend you over and give you the green weenie as far as your wallet goes. So as a mechanic, I do not find it fun by any means, screwing somebody over. I don't at all. I don't find it appealing. I don't find it attractive. I honestly think it's retarded. Like, my job is to fix your car, not fix the problem you brought it in for, and then screw it up in another way so you can come back to me and give me more money. That's not my job. You're gonna pay me for the job anyway. So why would I try to force you to come back by doing something else to your car? That's why I'm very, very cautious about who I let work on my car. Like, the people who did the water pump and the timing belt on this car, yeah, they will never, ever again touch this vehicle. Or any vehicle that I will ever own. They will never touch any vehicle that I will ever own. So, the fact that you as a mechanic put the thermostat in backwards lets me know you don't need to work on a vehicle. And then the fact that you didn't bleed out my air system. You didn't bleed out the system like you were supposed to. And then not only that, you didn't even put the right type of coolant in there. You didn't even take the time to find out what kind of coolant my car takes. My surge tank even says special coolant required. Green coolant is not special. Green coolant is the common coolant. Everybody knows that. The green coolant is the common stuff. My car calls for Dexcool. They put the common stuff in my car. Probably caused some blockage somewhere, ain't no freaking telling. But, moving on. But as far as the Blue Devil, I will say, if your budget's low, give it a shot. What do you have to lose? What do you honestly have to lose? Besides, like, maybe $40. Like, what do you have to lose? If you can afford it, then try it. It's actually probably the most expensive head gasket sealer in the AutoZone store. So give it a shot. See if it works out for you.